और मैं श्री एन.आर. शाह साहब को रिक्वेस्ट करता हूं कि प्रेयर के लिए मैच पर आएं।
ये ले लो क्या
ऐसा ही सुख मेरे मन को मिला है, मैं जब से शरण तेरी आया मेरे राम। सूरज की गर्मी से जलते हुए तन को मिल जाए परवर की छाया। भटका हुआ मेरा मन था, कोई मिल ना रहा था सहारा। लहरों से लड़ती हुई नाव को जैसे, लहरों से लड़ती हुई नाव को जैसे मिल ना रहा हो किनारा, मिल ना रहा हो किनारा। लड़खड़ाती हुई नाव को जो किसी ने किनारा दिखाया, ऐसा ही सुख मेरे मन को मिला है, मैं जब से शरण तेरी आया मेरे राम।
पूजनीय स्वामी जी श्री निखिलेश्वरानंदा जी, जो कि आज की टॉक के स्पीकर हैं। सबसे पहले स्वामी जी यहाँ उपस्थित सभी सज्जनों से की तरफ से मैं आपको कोटि कोटि वंदन, कोटि कोटि प्रणाम करता हूँ। हमारा ये अहोभाग्य है कि स्वामी जी हमारे बीच यहाँ पधारे हैं और हमारे को मैनेजमेंट एंड लीडरशिप के ऊपर अपना मार्गदर्शन जो है वो देंगे। HRD सेंटर वैसे तो समय समय पर तरह तरह के प्रोग्राम जो है वो मैनेजमेंट डेवलपमेंट के ऊपर करता रहा है और कर रहा है, और GNFC मैनेजमेंट का हम आभारी हैं कि वो समय समय पर हमारे को ये प्रोग्राम करने के लिए इनकरेज करते हैं। प्रिय उपस्थित जन, कोई भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है उसके लिए ह्यूमन रिसोर्स जो है एक बहुत बड़ी एसेट है, पूंजी है। और ह्यूमन रिसोर्स की जो ग्रोथ है वो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की ग्रोथ है। ये ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की अगर ग्रोथ होगी तो हमारी जिंदगी खुशहाल होगी, जो कि इंसान का, आदमी का एक स्वभाव है खुशी प्राप्त करना। इसके साथ हमारा परिवार, हमारा संस्था, हमारा राज्य, हमारा देश जुड़ा हुआ है। जब भी ह्यूमन रिसोर्स के डेवलपमेंट की प्रोग्रेस की बात आती है तो उसके लिए इंडस्ट्री और इंस्टीट्यूशन जो है उसमें इंटरेक्शन होना जो है बहुत जरूरी है। हमारा ये जो प्रोग्राम है मैनेजमेंट एंड लीडरशिप करने का मेन उद्देश्य यही है कि हमारे जो ऑफिसर्स हैं, मिडिल लेवल के मैनेजर्स हैं, ऑफिसर्स हैं, इनका ओवरऑल जो है ग्रोथ हो। इसके लिए सबसे बड़ी बात यह है कि लीडरशिप क्वालिटी के लिए डिसीजन पावर जो है बहुत जरूरी है। और डिसीजन पावर के लिए सबसे अहम बात है कि सेल्फ नॉलेज, जिसके लिए सबसे ज्यादा सेल्फ डेवलपमेंट जो है दैट इज वो फाउंडेशन है सेल्फ नॉलेज के लिए। यही एक मुद्दा है, यही एक हमारी आज की धारणा है जिसको ध्यान में रखते हुए आज का ये प्रोग्राम जो है रखा गया है। और मैं ये आशा करता हूं कि आप सभी स्वामी जी के प्रवचनों का स्वामी जी के मार्गदर्शन का पूरा फायदा उठाएंगे और इस प्रोग्राम से अवश्य लाभ प्राप्त करेंगे। अभी मैं श्री ए.के. साहनी जी, उनको मैं रिक्वेस्ट करता हूं कि वो वेलकम स्पीच दें और स्वामी जी का ब्रीफ इंट्रोडक्शन।
Thank you, Mr. Jaswal. Param Pujya Swami Nikhileswaranand ji, Sri A.L. Patel, General Manager, GNFC, the executives of the dais, Sri A.P. Shah, Sri S.K. Thakar, Sri J.C. Bhatt, and many others, and my dear friends. On this present afternoon, it is my proud privilege to welcome Param Pujya Swami Nikhileswaranand ji, whom we know very well. He has been here in this auditorium, right when he was in Porbandar, in Rajkot, and then in Baroda now. It is very difficult, in the language of Vedanta, to introduce Pujya Swamiji, who knows the self, who knows the real form, real nature of self, and it is not possible. But just for the practical features, I will try to introduce him. In the book of Sharing and Caring, behind this book also you will find a short introduction of Pujya Swamiji. Pujya Swamiji is a chemical engineer earlier in his Purvasram by a profession, and he did his post-graduation in industrial engineering. But his vairagya and the zeal and thirst to have the higher knowledge, forced him to join the Ramakrishna Math at very early age. And very soon he started spreading the message of Swami Vivekananda across the country, across the world. He wrote and publicized many books of Pujya Swami Vivekananda ji. The books of Swami Vivekananda which are based on the lectures given by Swami Vivekananda in country in Europe and in America. They are very, very powerful books. They give very, very powerful message. And Swami Nikhileswaranand ji has taken up that task to make these books available to each and everyone, to children, to students, to professionals, and to every part of the citizens. Anybody who reads this book, he gets a new energy. His thinking is entirely changed. His personality is changing, and in some cases, life also changes. Pujya Swamiji's ashram is right now at Baroda, which he founded. And for 11 years, he edited the Ramakrishna Jyot, that Gujarati magazine from Rajkot. Pujya Swami Nikhileswaranand ji is well versed with Hindi, Gujarati, English, very fluent in all the language. Is widely traveled abroad and in the country, and in one word, he is trying to spread the message of Swami Vivekananda everywhere. This is the brief introduction of Swami Nikhileswaranand ji. Thank you so much.
थैंक यू सन सर। अभी मैं श्री ए.पी. शाह साहब से रिक्वेस्ट करता हूं कि स्वामी जी को बुके देकर के उनका स्वागत करें। थैंक यू शाह साहब। अभी मैं श्री आई.पी. भट्ट साहब से रिक्वेस्ट करता हूं कि हमारे चीफ गेस्ट श्री A.L. पटेल साहब को बुके देकर उनका स्वागत करें। मैं श्री A.L. पटेल साहब से विनती करता हूं कि एज ए टोकन ऑफ लव फ्रॉम GNFC साइड स्वामी जी का स्वागत करें। थैंक यू स्वामी जी, थैंक यू A.L. पटेल साहब। अभी मैं चीफ गेस्ट श्री A.L. पटेल साहब को रिक्वेस्ट करता हूं कि से ए फ्यू वर्ड्स एंड इनॉग्रेट द सेशन।
Good afternoon to everybody. परम पूज्य स्वामी निखिलेश्वरानंद जी, my colleagues of the dais and friends. Swami Nikhileswaranand ji, he has delivered many such talks on seminar, workshop related to stress management, self management, such program on management and leadership, and many more programs in India as well as in the abroad. On this occasion, on behalf of GNFC management, I welcome Swami ji. He has spared his valuable time to conduct 4 sessions at our GNFC. Today morning, he has delivered a talk on the total personality development for the students. He conducted this seminar right from morning 7:30 up to 12:30. In the afternoon, from 3:30 to 5, he will be conducting this seminar on management and leadership. Again in the evening at 6:30, there will be a seminar which is meant for all the family members of GNFC, that is related to आधुनिक मानव शांति की खोज में. And again tomorrow morning from 7:30 to 8:30, he will be delivering one more lecture seminar for the teachers. Swamiji, yesterday he was having a fever. Yesterday night he was having 104-degree temperature. Even with this condition, he has made this all 3-4 sessions quite successful. And the value education what Swamiji is imparting in his talk, that is really required for today's mankind, for all of us, for students, even for elders, for the executives like us. Swamiji has devoted his life for betterment of the mankind in India and abroad by preaching the universal message of the Vedanta. Now in today's seminar, on this management and leadership fourth wave. That will be delivered by Swamiji. Will definitely throw a new light for all of us in the field of management. Even today, if we see in MBA courses also, this kind of latest management leadership topics may not be there, which today we will be able to learn from Swamiji. Though it appears to be a common subject, but after hearing Swamiji, definitely we will feel and we will know many new aspects of this subject. Knowledge and practice of this subject will help in overall development of individual and the organization in today's competitive and complex environment. Now this demonstrated leadership will be, that is a very important. If it is a demonstrated leadership, then only we can, in real sense, we can enjoy that power, where our follower or subordinate, whoever is there, he will accept to that. Otherwise, power, with the power, if somebody is enjoying leadership, it has no meaning. So the demonstrated leadership is very important for all of us, which we will be learning from Swamiji. And though I said he is not having a good health, he has put up a lot of effort, and today he is imparting a lot of new knowledge to us. Now, as we have to learn many things from Swamiji on this topic, without taking much time, I request Swamiji to enlighten us on this subject. Thank you.
सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय ओम शांति शांति शांति। Dear Sri A.K. Patel Sahab, other senior officers of GNFC, staff members, dear friends, I am very happy to meet you this afternoon. At the outset, I would like to apologize for the infection in throat, because of which the voice may not be as desirable as you would like to have. As Mr. Patel said, I am suffering from fever, and of course it may not be 104 as I told, because then it not possible, but there was some feverish feeling and also very bad throat and cold and cough. But with that, I thought that from a long time Mr. Tiwari ji was insisting that we must have a program. In fact, when he was in the tribal development department, that time we also chalked out certain programs which we have gone ahead, but without his absence it may not be that effective, but still we have started. But he took the initiative. So as soon as he came here to GNFC, the first thing he did was to contact me. But it took some time for us to finalize these programs. In fact, tomorrow I have to leave very quickly, and we were wondering whether we could postpone the program till January. But somehow or the other, I am here. I am very happy that it has materialized with all those so many other factors coming into play. So the topic, as you know, has been kept is management leadership, the fourth wave. Now, gradually this fourth wave of management leadership is coming. Can you increase the volume a little? Volume. So, as you know, the fourth wave is coming in the field of management. The first wave in the field of management, as you know, was the British style of management, when method study, work measurement were in vogue. Taylor's method of work measurement was in vogue. The second style of management was the American style of management, when Peter Drucker became the guru of all. The third wave of management was the Japanese style of management, when TQM, total quality management, zero defect, all of them became in vogue. And now slowly but steadily, the fourth wave is coming in the field of management. And that is the holistic style of management based on Indian ethos, the holistic style of management. And why? There are so many reasons. Number one, globalization. Globalization has come to stay, whether you like it or not, at least on economic front. And so most of the companies are now compelled to go for competitive spirit, because it's an open market. It's no longer a seller's market, it is now a buyer's market. Customer has become the king. You have to worship the Grahak Narayana. Customer is become the king. And so if you do not deliver the goods of proper quality, excellent quality, at competitive price, you will be out of the market. It's a very competitive spirit that has come in globalization. So either you perform or you perish. There is no third alternative. And that is why productivity has become a necessity now. And what was preached in the Bhagavad Gita, Yoga karma sukhoshlam, buddhi yukto jahatiha, ube sukrita dushrute, tasmat yogaya yujjasva, yoga karma sukhoshlam. Dexterity in action, efficiency in action is yoga. And yoga leads to perfection. That perfection in work is very much stressed in the Bhagavad Gita, in our Upanishads, in the scriptures. Now you have to have perfection in work. If the work has to be converted into worship, it must be an excellent work. What type of fruits do you offer to God? Rotten fruits or the fresh fruits? Even if you are not able to afford good quality fruits for your family members, at least whatever you offer to the deity, to God, small fruit, but it has got to be excellent fruit, fresh fruit. Similarly, if we want to convert work into worship, what type of work we are going to offer to the Lord? The best possible work, excellent work. And that is how the Karma Yoga spirit of Bhagavad Gita is penetrating into the psyche of the modern managers gradually, and that is how the fourth wave is coming. And because of automation, previously only 17% companies, or previously only 17% were white collar jobs and rest were blue collar jobs. Now the situation is different. It is reverse. Now the job of the blue collar jobs is being done by the computers. Some of the companies, there are only 2 persons working as blue collar job. Rest all are executives, white collar jobs. 2 persons. One, watchman, open the gate. And second, the computer operator. Rest all are executives. Automation has come. Now, you cannot control the white collar job people as you are controlling the blue collar jobs. Because it is a knowledge society now. The 21st century is the century of knowledge society, knowledge workers. And now you cannot control the knowledge workers as you are controlling the labor force. That is why the management leadership quality has to be different. The management strategies have to be different. So Peter Drucker says in his book, Managing in the Next Millennium, he says beautifully, managers and executives from now onwards are going to be more and more ineffectual because of having no control or authority over their subordinates. That we can see very well. We do not have control over subordinates. We are not able to control because sometimes the juniors are more competent in computers, in other methods, and that is how they are not able to control. So managers and executives from now onwards are going to be more and more effective, more and more ineffective, with no authority whatsoever their subordinates. So the old methods of leadership will not go. Old methods of hire and fire method will not do. Old methods of leadership will not do. So what type of leadership will go? Servant leadership. John Greenleaf of United States started this concept of servant leadership. But for us in India it is not new. Sri Krishna practiced it 5,000 years back when he became a charioteer. What is servant leadership? Servant leadership is the leader leads by example, by demonstration. He does not sit on a high chair and just orders, but he tells, he shows it by his action with love and affection and concern. He guides the people. He demonstrates. When the credit comes to a job, he says, he shares that credit with, he shares that prize, he shares that honor with all the colleagues. And when there is a discredit, he takes the blame upon himself. That is servant leadership. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, when he came to Porbandar on 13th February 2002 to inaugurate one of the T1 school buildings constructed by Ramakrishna Mission as a part of earthquake rehabilitation project in Porbandar, he gave a talk to 3,000 people, 3,000 students after that inaugurating that school. And he said beautifully, then he was asked what is the source of his inspiration. He smiling, he said, and I normally do not leak out this secret, but this is the right place to leak out this secret. And then he said, I was in 9th standard, I was the monitor of my school. The headmaster called me and said, tonight, you have to call all the students to the school. Let them listen to the running commentary. That time no TV, you know. It was 15th August 1947. India will become independent at midnight. Let all the students listen to the running commentary. So he said, I brought all the children, all the students, and we all listened to the running commentary. Of course, we did not know Hindi or English. We knew only Tamil. So we could not understand the speeches given. But we were very happy that India has become independent. Then he said, next day, in the newspapers, I saw two photographs. One photograph showing Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru hoisting the Indian flag on the Red Fort. He said, I was very happy to see that. By the side was the second photograph. And he said, that second photograph was my primary education, was my secondary education, was my college education, and was my life education. And what was that photograph? That photograph was showing that the whole country was rejoicing because of the independence that was gained. The person who singularly made it possible for us to get independence, the person who sacrifices maximum for that, who worked maximum for that, that person was not rejoicing. What was he doing? He was walking barefooted in the streets of Calcutta, wiping the tears of the people who were affected by non-Holi riots. Mahatma Gandhi. Then he said, I was very much impressed. That is servant leadership. That is the nobility of leadership. Had he wanted, he would have become the Prime Minister of India. But he did not take any power or position. While sacrificing, he was first. While receiving the reward, he was the last. Unlike the modern leaders, for sacrificing, last. For getting the chair, first. Fighting over the chair for power and position. But Mahatma Gandhi did not go for that. He was the last to rejoice, last to take up the benefit of that independence, last to take up any power or position or name and fame. And that is servant leadership. Mahatma Gandhi practiced it. Swami Vivekananda practiced it. Today, all over the world, 150th birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda is being celebrated. And it is celebrated in much more grander manner than the centenary of celebration of Swami Vivekananda in 1963. And I am sure the 200th celebration will be much grander. Because we are still too near the history. L. Basham, one of the greatest historians of our time, says that it is very difficult to evaluate the importance of Swami Vivekananda on the scale of history because we are too near the history. Perhaps the future generations will be able to evaluate him better. As the days are going, he is becoming more and more prominent, more and more relevant. His message is so relevant, even after 150 years, it will be more relevant after 200 years. Because he was a visionary, he could visualize the questions, the problems of the modern society, the civilization that is going to usher in. That is why L. Basham says we will not be able to catch his greatness. Normally what happens, when a person dies, the institution that he started also dies. But Swami Vivekananda started Ramakrishna Mission in 1897 in order to give practical shape to the teachings of his Guru Sri Ramakrishna Paramahansa of worshipping the divine in human beings. In 1897, when he passed away, when he entered into Mahasamadhi, deep meditation, which was an eternal meditation, on 4th July 1902, only at the age of 39 years, he passed away. At that time, there were only 5 centers in India and 1 center in New York. And now, after 150 years of his advent, or say after 111 years of his starting the Ramakrishna Mission, 114 years of starting the Ramakrishna Mission, at present we have 174 branch centers all over the world. 30 abroad, rest in India, 4 in Gujarat, Rajkot, Limdi, Porbandar and Vadodara. The historic Dilara Bangla, in which Swami Vivekananda himself stayed as the guest of the Dain Diwan Manibhai Chashpai, was handed over to the Ramakrishna Mission by the government of Gujarat for converting to befitting memorial of Swami Vivekananda. Many activities have been started. You have been given a brochure. Please go through it. You will come to know. And when you go to Baroda, it's just near railway station opposite Circuit House, please visit it. 4 centers in Gujarat, total 173 centers all over the world. Apart from that, more than 1,000 centers which are not directly run by us but run by our devotees. But there are no monks staying there. But our devotees, householder devotees are running it. And we are trying to start one such center. There are 20 centers in Gujarat. We are trying to start one such center in Bharuch. And with the cooperation and support from GNFC, it may materialize soon, maybe in a month or so. Mr. Tiwari is very enthusiastic and he is very cooperative. So we may have a center in Bharuch, Ramakrishna Vivekananda Center, very soon, which will be run by our devotees and friends. And we will have a functional linkage with the Vadodara Center of Ramakrishna Mission. But you just imagine, the centers are growing and growing, and not only the number of centers are growing, every center is growing. 12 indoor hospitals, 70 outdoor dispensaries, 60 mobile dispensaries, 1 lakh, 1 crore of patients are treated free of cost every year. So many eye camps. Education institutions, 6,000 education institutions where 6 lakh students are studying, tribal and rural development project, so much of work of expansion. Mind you, after the giving up the body by Swami Vivekananda, it is growing and growing and growing. Unlike in other places, when the leaders go, the institution go. They are closed. Here is a different thing. And perhaps the obituary note is the final note, final press note released about that person. Sometimes. But here, he is growing more and more popular. Swami Vivekananda is becoming more and more known. That is servant leadership. That is, he did not take any credit for himself. He put the organization in the name of his Guru, Ramakrishna, not Vivekananda Mission. He made it Ramakrishna Mission. And he did not become the first president. He did not take any power position. He said, if my Guru Bhais tell me to clean the latrines, my job will be to clean the latrines. That is all I will take up. Was ready for that. Whatever small money that he received by giving lectures, so many lectures per day, he had to work very hard. That's why at the age of 39 years, the instrument became unusable, this body. So much he worked hard. So, whatever little money he brought, he gave it to his Guru Bhai, Swami Brahmanand. Made him the first president of Ramakrishna Math and Mission, Swami Brahmanand. He was not the first president. That is servant leadership. That servant leadership is now important for us because now the old style of management will not work. The old style of leadership will not work. You have been given one card in which Swami Vivekananda's ideas on leadership are there. How relevant they are. Now in America that servant leadership is important, but he is telling from 1976 and now that is becoming popular in America and other countries. But in our country, we had been preaching and practicing it since long. Mahatma Gandhi, Swami Vivekananda, Bhagwan Shri Krishna himself practicing servant leadership. Another thing that is happening is stress management is becoming very important all over the world. Everybody is under tension. That is why today we are going to talk more about stress management, how to get peace of mind. All of you must come there, how to get happiness and peace, how to get happiness and harmony and peace in the family, how to bridge the gap between the generation gap between parents and children. They have a lot of problems. Today, this morning, we had talks with the students, 1500 students. I was talking to them. There were so many questions. They have a lot of questions, a lot of problems. They are also under tension. So just as parents have got some problems, the children have got their own problems. So we have to see from their perspective all the problems. So today night we are going to discuss in the evening 6:30 in the amphitheater this how to get harmony, peace in family, in individual life, happiness and peace. So that will be evening talk. But that is becoming very important all over the world. Last year I went to America. Out of 12 talks, 6 talks were on how to get happiness and peace, on managing stress. The earlier when I went to Europe, everywhere they wanted the same topic, how to get happiness and peace, how to manage stress. These are all the common problems, common things that they want. Everybody is under tension, more or less. Now, when we are talking about stress management, the Western style of management, stress management is not working. That is why the 4th wave of management is coming, that is the Indian style of management. Why? Mostly because stress management. What is the Western method of stress management? Western psychology, they say, why the stress comes? When you conceal a feeling in your subconscious mind, when you do not express your feelings, they go into your subconscious mind and then they become complex. Then once you are suppressing it, it becomes strenuous for them. Then the stress is converting to strain and gradually you become a prey of stress management. Stress. So what is the solution? You express your feelings. My God, if I express my feelings, then I will lose my job. Maybe the boss comes to the office. Just when he was coming out from his house, his wife gave a good dose. Now, he cannot tell anything to the wife because then she will go to her home and then no cooking. So what to do? He has pocketed the inside, but inside he is burning. So whatever anger was there, he puts on his subordinate after coming. Without any reason, he is just going on firing his subordinate. Now the subordinate junior, he wants to pay back in the same coin and he knows also how to pay back. But he keeps silent because otherwise he will lose job. So though that insult, unjustified insult, goes inside the subconscious mind and that creates problem. So the psychology says, no, you must ventilate your feelings, otherwise there will be stress. My God, if I ventilate my feelings, I will lose my job. The psychology says, don't worry, we have got solution. Go to the market and purchase voodoo dolls. Voodoo dolls are available, and along with that pills are available. Come back to your house, close the doors and windows of your room, put the voodoo doll on your table, and then write down the name of the person on whom you want to ventilate your feelings. About whom? Maybe the name of your boss, name of your mother-in-law, whomsoever, whatever name of your wife, whomsoever you want to put, whatever you could not do there, you do it now. And then there are 3 pins available. Black pins for injury, blue pins for serious injury, and red pins are also available to murder. And just give a red pin and your boss is murdered. And so happy you will become, you will have nice sleep without any tranquilizer. But the difficulty is that next day morning again the boss is sitting on the same chair and again the same thing. At night you murdered that boss, but in the morning again he is sitting. What to do? So voodoo dolls, punching bags, head diaries, all these are not working. Western styles of management. Now that is why they are coming at the feet of yoga and meditation. If you want to have a long-term solution to stress management, you have to have practice yoga. Not only that yoga that is physical exercise, but 4 yogas, Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Raj Yoga, Karma Yoga, combination of those 4 yogas, meditation. These are the methods that are working. And that is why the 4th wave is coming, Indian style of management, Indian style of stress management. Another thing that has come is SQ. IQ, we know everything. If we want to have success, we must have IQ. But Daniel Goleman said, IQ is not enough, we must have EQ. What is EQ? Emotional intelligence. In 1991 he said emotional intelligence is more important than IQ. And the latest discovery of the modern science is SQ. Dana Zohar, she is a professor in Oxford University, has written a book. The name of the book is SQ, Spiritual Intelligence, the Ultimate Intelligence, where she says neurologically, physiologically, biologically, psychologically, from every point of view there is a conflicting evidence. There is something called SQ, which is the basis of both IQ and EQ. What is IQ? Intelligence quotient. IQ will tell you how to play the game of life. What is EQ? Emotional quotient. EQ will tell you how to play the game of life under changed circumstances with changed strategies. And what is SQ? SQ will tell you whether to play the game of life at all or not. Well, that is your choice. What is the meaning of life? What is the purpose of life? Why we have come to this world? Where are we going to go? Why there is something called death? All these basic existential problems that can be decided only by SQ. So if you want to have success in life, you must have IQ, EQ and SQ. And when we are talking about spiritual quotient, when talking about spiritual intelligence, it is the Indian scriptures which gives very elaborate treatment on how to develop this SQ. And that is why Indian style of management is becoming important. Another reason, communication technology advanced very much. The whole world has become united as never before because of internet, cyberspace, mobile, ISD, STD and all that. So whole world is one. Physically it has become one, but not mentally. But according to Vedanta, the whole world is permeated by one universal consciousness. Now the modern science also, modern quantum mechanics, has also proved what was told in Vedanta, ekam sat vipra bahuda vadanti. What was told as sarvam khalu idam brahma, that has been verified experimentally by David Bohm. The Bell's theorem says that all the particles of the whole universe are integrated at deeper level. David Bohm, the Nobel Prize physicist, has already proved it experimentally. And that is why another Nobel Prize physicist, Erwin Schrödinger says, consciousness is a singular of which the plural is unknown. One universal consciousness spreading everywhere. That is modern quantum mechanics. And that is why A.M.R. Thiessen, the Amsterdam-based management expert, says that our science and technology have undergone tremendous transformation. Our theories of modern quantum mechanics have changed drastically, but our management theories have remained stagnant, have remained the same. We must have a paradigm shift. We must adopt the holistic paradigm. It is a holistic universe, the modern science says, and we must adopt the holistic paradigm. We must have a paradigm shift, and if we do not have a paradigm shift and do not adopt the holistic paradigm, we will have paradigm paralysis. We have to be prepared for paradigm paralysis. So we must have a paradigm shift. A holistic paradigm that is based on Vedanta, the philosophy of Vedanta, where it says all is one. Another thing is that the gap between haves and have-nots is increasing. On the one hand, the list of billionaires is increasing. On the other hand, the number of poor people are also increasing. Why this paradox? Because we are not practicing trusteeship management, which was advocated by Swami Vivekananda. For the first time in the world history, in the corporate sector, it was first applied by Swami Vivekananda. Of course, afterwards Mahatma Gandhi practiced it. Azim Premji was interviewed by India Today. What is the secret of his success? He said, I believe the trusteeship management principle is very, very important. And you know, recently he has already announced a lot of big amount of money for educational transformation of the country. Trusteeship management. That is already the principle of trusteeship management is there in our Upanishads. Isha Vasya Upanishad. Isha Vasya Upanishad says, Isha Vasya Vidam Sarvam Yatkincha Jagatyam Jagat Tena Tyaktena Bhunjitha Ma Grida Kasasiddhanam. The whole world is permeated by one universal consciousness. It is one. You and I are not different. What follows? Isha Vasya Vidam Sarvam Yatkincha Jagatyam Jagat Tena Tyaktena Bhunjitha. Therefore enjoy the world. How? By renouncing. By renouncing, if I give up the world, how can I enjoy it? You do not have to renounce your Mercedes-Benz car. You do not have to renounce your car, your mobile, your house, your clothes. No. What you have to renounce? You have to renounce your attachment. Attachment. You have to renounce your selfishness. You have to renounce your ego and enjoy the whole world. Tena taktena bhujitha ma grida kasasiddham. Do not covet others' wealth. Why? Because you and the person from whom you are going to cheat are not different. Don't cheat yourself. If you are a managing director and you are sleeping on the 7th floor with Dallo pillow, and if you have exploited your worker who is without food, sleeping on the footpath without food, you will not be able to get sleep with any number of tranquilizers, even sleeping on the Dallo pillow, as long as that person does not get sleep. That is the holistic paradigm. Because you and he are not different. The person whom you have cheated and you are not different. So what we should do? Trusteeship management. Particularly the rich persons. Trusteeship management. When Swami Vivekananda went there, in America, as you know, he delivered his historic speech on 11th September 1893 in the world's parliament religions held in Chicago. That was also 9/11. But we did not pay any heed to his message, so there was another 9/11. After exactly 108 years, the world tower broke. That was also 9/11. Why it broke? Because of we did not take up the message of Swami Vivekananda of harmony of religions. He had already warned sectarism, bigotry, and its horribleness and fanaticism. A long possessed this beautiful earth and dented often with blood and brought so much of destruction. Had it not been for this, our civilization would have been far much better than this. But their time has come, and I fervently pray that the bell that told this morning the honor of this convention may be the death knell of all sorts of fanaticism, of all sorts of dogmatism, of all sorts of persecution, whether with the sword, with the pain in the name of religion. But that we did not do. And that is why another 9/11. Whatever it is, when Swami Vivekananda went to America, he stayed on for 4 more years in America, preaching the message of Vedanta, giving the nectar of Vedanta. At that time, the richest person of the world was John D. Rockefeller, the emperor of petroleum industry. At that time, he was very unhappy with his life and he was contemplating suicide. One of his friends suggested, why don't you come to meet an Indian yogi who is putting up with my friend. By talking with him, you will get much peace of mind. By getting his advice, you will get peace of mind. Rockefeller said, what? I have to go to a beggar for getting advice? You know, we are all beggars. We are all professional beggars. We are living on charity, on donations, so we are all beggars. We are monks. We do not earn. In the sense, we do not have any salary. We may be working, but we are working unselfishly. We do not have our own bank account, or we do not have any salary or anything. So we are all beggars. So Rockefeller said, what? I have to go to a beggar for getting advice? No, I will not go. And he did not go. But one fine morning, suddenly, he came to the place of residence and called the bell. The butler opened the door. He entered inside without being announced. Swamiji was at that time not in his drawing room. He was in his study room. He went inside the bedroom. But Swamiji, he had tremendous power of concentration. Today I talk to the students about how much concentration Swami Vivekananda used to have and how to get concentration of mind, which is the secret of success in every sphere of life. So Swamiji was so absorbed, he did not notice Rockefeller coming. He was very much absorbed in studying. And Rockefeller just knocked at the table, then Swamiji looked up. Rockefeller said, I am Rockefeller. Swamiji was sitting there and he asked, what do you want? No, Rockefeller was not prepared for this type of treatment. Rockefeller, means the President of America, would get up and here is the person asking, what do you want? He was very much agitated. He said, I don't want anything. Then Swamiji said, then why have you come? And what would he reply? Because he had come without invitation. And then Swamiji said, my dear Rockefeller, I know why you come. You come here because you do not have peace of mind. And then he started narrating many incidents from the life of Swami Vivek, from the life of Rockefeller, which no one else knew except Rockefeller. And then he became very much perplexed, very much perplexed. How do you come to know? How did you come to know all those things? Who has told all these things? Swamiji smiled and said, do you think it is necessary somebody should tell me? I can see through your mind as I can see through a glass almirah. And then Rockefeller was very much taken aback, because this fellow has come to know all my secrets. Then Swamiji said, Rockefeller, please remember, you are not the owner of your wealth. You are only custodian of your wealth. Utilize this money for removing the sufferings of millions of people. Immediately you will get peace of mind. There is no other way by which you can get peace of mind. Rockefeller was not prepared to take anybody's advice, least of all from a beggar. So he became very much annoyed and he left abruptly, as abruptly he had left. He had come. He left abruptly. After a few days, again he came. Similar fashion, called the bell. The butler opened the door, he went inside. Swamiji was not in his drawing room, he came to study room. And then again Swamiji was fully absorbed. Again, he knocked at the table. Then Swamiji looked up. Then Rockefeller put a piece of paper in which he had made an announcement of a very huge donation for a public cause. When Swamiji was reading it, Rockefeller said, now you must thank me. I have followed your advice. Swamiji said, well, it is for you to thank me. Because by following my advice, you will get peace of mind which cannot be purchased by millions of dollars in the market. And then afterwards, as you know, Rockefeller started Rockefeller Foundation, through which so many Nobel Prize winning discoveries have been made. And Rockefeller wrote afterwards in the autobiography, there is more to earning than earning in life, and the purpose of life is to serve others. I do not know whether he used the name of Vivekananda or not, but this is what he learned from his life: serving others, living for others. These are the ideas that Rockefeller has given his autobiography. This is the principle of trusteeship management, which is very relevant today when we have so many billionaires on one side and so many poor people on the other side. If these billionaires utilize this money for removing the sufferings of millions of people, they will also get peace of mind, and these people's poverty will be removed. It is double-edged sword. You remove poverty and remove the stress in your mind. On the one hand, people are suffering because of over money, excess money. Other people are suffering because of lack of money. Joined together, both of them. One is suffering because of lack of money. Yes, you know, Oxford Dictionary has now added one more word. The name of that word is affluenza. Not influenza. Influenza we get it also. I think I have got influenza. But this is not influenza, this is affluenza. It comes to affluent people. And in America, the parents have started affluenza resistant society protect their children from affluenza. These rich children, they get more and more dissatisfied. The more they get, the more they get dissatisfied. They become prey of Lugin neurosis, and then they become very unhappy. Then they become schizophrenic, and gradually they commit suicide. So in order to protect the children, they have started affluenza resistant society. In India also affluenza has come. 10% of the people are suffering from influenza, and 40% are below poverty line. Why not join together? These people suffering from influenza, they can utilize some money for the service projects, and that will remove the poverty of the people. In turn, these people who are not having peace of mind will get peace of mind. This is trusteeship management that was advocated by Swami Vivekananda, which is so relevant today. This fourth way of management. There are so many areas that are coming, only I will touch only the last topic. There are so many areas, but our time is coming to an end, so I will just touch on one subject. That is the power of ethical management. Norman Vincent Peale and Kenneth Blanchard, the management expert, have jointly written a book. The name of the book is The Power of Ethical Management. And in the heading itself, they say, you need not cheat in order to win. Ethical management is becoming very important. Previously it was thought, the more you can cheat, the more quickly you can become a millionaire or billionaire. But now those days are gone. No longer, you cannot cheat all the people all the time. You can cheat a few people for some time, then you will be found out. Particularly in the time when there is a globalization has come, and it's open market. China is there, the dragon is there to devour you. If you do not perform, you will be perished. China is there to devour you. The dragon is there to devour you. They will supply at lower price with high quality. Where will you go? So you have to perform or perish. That is the background. In that background, the integrity plays a very important role. In the morning, one student asked, is honesty the best policy under all circumstances? And one student asked, should we be honest, or should we tell the truth all the time, or should we also tell untruth? These are the questions that are coming in the minds of the young people. They have started feeling that honesty is not the best policy. This honesty will bring very quick success. You know, this is a wrong conception. Because, of course, it may bring success, quick success, but ultimately you will end up in jail. Where is Raja and Rani? I do not know. Rani has got some bail, but Raja, I do not know whether he got bail or not. Raja, Rani, they are all in the Tihar jail. He said, yes, you get some success for some time, you can enjoy, you cannot get. So, the power of ethical management says, you need not cheat in order to win. Integrity pays, honesty pays, and there is a beautiful paragraph that to work only for profit is like playing tennis with your eyes on the scoreboard rather than on the ball. To work only for profit is like playing tennis with your eyes on the scoreboard rather than on the ball. Similarly, when you do business, you have to go for integrity. The customer has become the king. As I told you, Grahak Narayana. All these new concepts are coming. This is the fourth way of management, which believes in holistic style of management, which believes in servant leadership, which believes in trusteeship management, which believes in holistic style of management. So this new concept of management leadership is coming, and now, earlier we adopt, the better it is for us. The old style of management is not going to work. You yourself may be realizing that your juniors are not listening to you. You will find out for yourself, your juniors are not listening to you. They are no more obedient. There is generation gap, and the parents, you are all parents also, you will be knowing that the children are not listening to you. As parents, you must be realizing children are not listening to you. They are not obedient to you. Rather, some parents, they come. Previously, the children used to be afraid of the parents. Now the parents are afraid of the children. New trend has come. Because they have become so sensitive. If I tell something and if you commit suicide, what will happen? They are afraid to tell something. And they are afraid. Why? They cannot tell बाबा बेटा ऐसा करना मत, बेटा चोरी मत करना। बोले पापा आप इनकम टैक्स का इतना चोरी करते हैं, मैं तो केवल 2 रुपए ले रहा हूँ, मैं तो केवल 200 रुपए ले रहा हूँ, आप तो कितना चोरी करते? कैसे कहेंगे? Unless until you practice the values, you cannot thrust upon those values in your children. This is first hand experience I'm telling. In Bombay, one of our Swamijis, one young boy used to come to our Swamiji. Then his father said, don't go to that Swamiji, he will spoil you. Because he will tell you, be honest, this and that, these things do not work. Old mantra was Satyameva Jayate. The new mantra is Asatyameva Jayate. Old mantra will not work. Satyameva Jayate is a very old mantra. Now in modern society, Asatyameva Jayate. So you have to be very practical and pragmatic. कहने के लिए ठीक है सत्यमेव जयते, पर practice के लिए you must do asatya. This is what he was preaching, and he told that boy not to go to the Swami. After some time, he himself came to that Swami, complaining, मेरा लड़का बिगड़ गया, क्या हो गया? बोले मेरे पॉकेट से चोरी करता है। बोले आपने उसको कहा कि देखो बेटा अभी सत्यमेव जयते नहीं चलेगा, आप ही ने कहा ना, मेरे सामने ही कहा था ना, मेरे पास मत आना, बोला था ना उसको सत्यमेव नहीं चलेगा। तो उसने कहा सत्यमेव नहीं चलेगा, असत्य चलाना है तो व्हाई नॉट स्टार्ट प्रैक्टिसिंग विद होम, स्टार्ट विद द होम, चैरिटी बिगिंस एट होम, सो पॉकेटिंग आल्सो स्टार्ट्स एट होम। एक्सपेरिमेंट्स उसे शुरू कर दिया। अभी आपको बोलते कि नहीं दूसरों को चोरी भले करे, मेरा चोरी ना करे, दूसरों के से झूठ बोले जरूर बोले, मेरे से झूठ ना बोले। You cannot have this type of. Ultimately, truth shall triumph. Satyameva jayate, non-ritam. This is what the Upanishads say. That will not go. Temporarily, you find that Pandavas are getting defeated. Ultimately, Pandavas will win. Ultimately, truth shall win. Satyameva jayate. So this is that book, The Power of Ethical Management, where it says the honesty, integrity, and this is the fourth way of management. And here in that sense, our stories of Rama and Mahabharata are full of ethical stories. So ethical management is becoming an in subject. Previously, for 10 years back, ethical management in business used to feel that how can there be a hot ice? How can we practice ethical practices in business? Business means you have to go for unethical practice, otherwise you can't survive. That was the old concept. Now the fourth wave is coming. The fourth wave based on Indian management is Indian ethos. So that is why the fourth wave, when it is coming, we must also, those of you who are managing, who are also in the industry, fortunately you are in a sector which is a public sector. You are not in a private sector, where the landlord or the owner of the business, owner of the company is making money or minting money with unethical means. There may be some sort of other things, other forces acting, but it is not of directly cheating the customers. It may not be there. But in your position, wherever you are, you can be more efficient, you can be more effective, you can have more job satisfaction if you apply the fourth wave of management, that is holistic style of management, where you convert work into worship, with a lot of peace, lot of happiness. It is not a drudgery. No, I am working for the Lord. I am not working for GNFC. I am not working for any company or my boss. I am working because Lord has put me here. I will try to give my best. That's all. In the process, whatever money I will get, I will be satisfied with that money, and I will try to live happily with that money, without going for consumerism. I am going to talk about consumerism in the evening. Please do come. We have not been able to bring the book sale section here because a very big book sale section was opened in the morning, where there is an amphitheater. Same place there is another program, so we have kept it there. All of you come with the family members. Give SMS, we have got mobile everybody. Give SMS to all your friends. And also I have told Mr. Patel to give the, electronic media, we must make use of that electronic media. I saw the magical effect of electronic media in Kandla Port Trust. They had organized a program like this. And the management was very happy with my program. They said that these values should come to our children. Now, the program was not fixed. And next day morning I was to leave. So what did they do? In the local channel, they gave the news item that any young person who wants to have consultation with Swamiji is there in the IFCO guest house. And I was in the IFCO guest house, and I was expecting 10 or 15 youth to come to me with their questions. Will you believe 150 students came, and that in the launch it was very difficult to accommodate them. Just within 5 minutes, just give one channel, they gave that today Swamiji is come and this available. So that we must make use of this electronic media. Give SMS, give in the channel, let all your children and your family members, let them call. There is a big beautiful bookstall. Purchase the books and CDs. On this subject also you will get the CD, because of the shortage of time. You are also tired, you have been doing the work, and so plus we have to 6:30, you have to come there. So we must, unless until we release you, you will not be able to come with the family members. So we have to stop here. But in that CD, DVD is there, Management Leadership 4th Wave, based on my talk at Ahmedabad Management Association, that is available. Stress management, managing stress. Meditation for excellence in life. Total personality development. Value of values in life. Happiness and peace in every life. These are all the DVDs available. In Gujarati also they are available. In Hindi they are also available. So many of my CDs, my lectures in USA and South Africa, they are all available. One book already you have got, Happiness and Peace in Every Life. So many beautiful books will be there which you could purchase. Swami Vivekananda's books are there. So, and I tell you, one of the best ways to transform the atmosphere of your house is by having beautiful books in your library. Small library everybody must have. And have a habit of reading some books, at least for 5-10 minutes, enjoy reading. You will find gradually when the thoughts are coming. Because we are all not animals. We are not animals. We are human beings. We have a mind. We can think. Animals cannot think that deeply. We are not making use of that faculty. So when we think, we have positive thoughts. When positive thoughts come, positive energy comes. And with that we get tremendous power, tremendous energy. Now all the problems of mundane life are being met with challenge. The challenge is met with tremendous power because of the powerful thoughts. Swami Vivekananda says, doing is very good, but that comes from thinking. Therefore, fill the mind, therefore, with highest thoughts, place them day and night before you, and out of that will come great work. So, in our everyday life, we have many problems at home, many problems in the family, so many problems. And again, problems at the workplace also. All these problems requires lot of guts, lot of power, positive thinking, lot of tremendous power of facing the challenges. That will come from spiritual power. When we develop SQ, not only that, it will give us happiness and peace in every life, it will also lead us to eternal happiness and peace. So, please do come in the evening, have a look at the bookshop, bring your children, bring your family members, let them also have a look at it, and we will be discussing there in Hindi how to get peace of mind. So please do come for that. I am thankful to the management for giving me this opportunity of meeting you all, and whenever you visit Baroda, already all of you have got the brochure, information brochure giving the address just opposite Circuit House. Please do visit our center there in Baroda. Noon 12 to 3:30 we remain closed, but otherwise from 9 to 12 and 4 to 6 are the best timing, 3:30 to 6. They are the best time for visiting our meditation hall, exhibitions, library, bookstall. All these you can visit. At the end, I pray at the feet of Swami Vivekananda, because we have made this program as a part of 150th birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda, which is being celebrated all over the world from 2010 to 2014. I pray at the feet of Swami Vivekananda that may His blessing be on all upon us, may His blessing be on all of us. May we receive the message of holistic management from Him, of reading His book, may we get the positive thoughts, and may we practice it in our daily life, may we get success and happiness in our daily life, and may we also become instrument of spreading this message of harmony and peace throughout the society and throughout the world, and make our company a better one, make our environment a better one, make our family a better one, make our life a better one. Thank you very much.